everyone. I am Tim Dontran, and you are watching Songwoven, the Lanya expedition. Of course, I am your narrator, and of course, I am joined today by two parts that make up the majority of our soul. Can we please introduce ourselves?
I feel like I'm on NPR.
I'm Jenny Sherrard, and I play Cecilia Idlewind.
And hello, I'm Emma Moscow, and I play Jean-Claude Boucheron.
Amazing.
He's laughing already.
You already know. What is the bit? What is the bit is the question.
There is no bit. First of all, thank you all so much again for watching. It just came upon us that we are closing in on our 1 year anniversary when we started this whole little shebang.
Tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of our test stream. That was 2 weeks before our actual premiere.
Yeah. And we are approaching our first actual Lanya expedition. Are we going to do something special? I don't know. Probably have a nice post about it on Twitter. It's going to be great.
Or X.
No, never call it that.
We're going to make an exit seat.
An exit.
A zit.
A seat.
Let me just X you on X real quick. I re-X'd it.
My X
marks
me
the
on
spot.
X. X marks the spot. Back to pirates.
A couple announcements. A couple announcements at the very top of the stream. So for everyone, just letting you know that at the very end of this game, we're gonna have a small Q&A session. This session's bound to be a little bit on the shorter side. We'll give it a whole little makeup, and we'll give us some time for some questions at the end, and then we'll call it a game. And number two, all of us here at Songwoven, the company talk. All of us here at Songwoven agreed. Sorry, no, that's not how it works. All of us here at Songwoven Corporation have come to an understanding. But for real though, going forward, because we're a little bit busy people, and we have to keep an eye on our health and our energy levels and such when it comes to this. And some of us here have jobs outside of this, and we do this for fun, for the entertainment. We have decided going forward that the last Sunday of every month, we will take it off. But don't worry, we will be back. It gives us time to rest ourselves, get a little focused on our real life endeavors. I don't know why I said that. Like, this is not a real life endeavor. This is the fake life, I guess.
This is a fake life endeavor.
Get ourselves all nice and charged up and ready to go again. Because some people just don't prepare their games 6 sessions ahead of time, and sometimes they scramble at the last second, which is not good. Which is not good etiquette. Sometimes
6 sessions ahead. Jesus Christ, dude!
It becomes 6 sessions when they take 6 sessions to do what you thought would be 1.
Us.
And that's about it. As you can see, no bits. No bits occurred in the opening of our game.
The opening is the key, I think.
I think everyone's watching the Chiefs game.
No!
So again, from the bottom of our hearts to the very top, thank you so much for always coming to watch and enjoy us. Dropping something in the chat. It's always great. India Marie, pause.
India! India's not
Hello.
walking the Chiefs game.
That's what my family is doing.
With that said, who here would like to do the recap?
Oh my god.
Timmy wants to.
Why am I struggling to... well, stream elements. If anyone needs me to read what we just posted in the chat.
Timmy wants to.
Jean-Claude and Cecilia celebrate their victory against the Bullywug Queen at the Adventurers League. Cecilia sends a message to Delmira that gets cut off on Delmira's end. When Cecilia falls asleep, the father of scarecrows haunts her dreams and threatens to kill Delmira if she doesn't give him the moon shards. Claude wakes her up, and Cecilia gets verification from her sister's friend that she is okay. The pair sets out once more.
The most important detail that's missing from that is that Jean-Claude and Elise fought a little bit.
They had a row. They had a little bit of a row.
They finally drew hands.
Elise won.
That should have been Willa.
Barely.
She's sick of
It
her
should
shit.
have been.
It should have been, but Jean-Claude's sick of her shit. He's a feminist, so everyone deserves to get their ass kicked.
The hammer of justice is unisex.
The hammer of justice is unisex, goddammit.
She threw a shoe at him was the first thing. And I forgot about that until I went to make clips and I just lost it again.
You're like, man, he just attacked her out of nowhere. No, she threw a shoe at him. She threw a shoe at him.
And then she was like, pick up my
nearly
boots.
knocked him out.
Yeah, pick up my shoe, and he's like, all right, I've had about enough of this. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then another thing is that we have like a new mission, quote unquote.
Yes.
The characters haven't necessarily decided it, but the players have.
Though they did kind of with Apheus say that they
Oh
might.
wait, no, they would. Oh, that's the important thing.
Because-
Apheus told them.
Yep, that they so we were told to avoid this town there is an archmage there. And all these automatons have gone rogue essentially, and so to be careful not to go there. But the archmage Brandrick, Apheus recognizes the name but doesn't know from where. He can't remember, and he wants to remember. So we might
And he,
go
like,
deal with
begged them,
killer
too.
robots. Yeah, he was like, "Please take me," and he was very sincere.
Very, like, the most sincere we've ever seen Apheus.
And I will say, going forward, that me and Jenny have done some role-playing off the side. So some new information will come up in a little
Yes.
bit, coming from Cecilia,
Sending
whenever it comes up.
Oh my god, did you
Jeez.
guys have a date night with Stellar and Cecilia?
Something's more important right now, unfortunately.
I was like, that's so cute. Because people who don't know, they're a couple and they're dating.
They're not a couple. Not yet.
they're getting through the first awkward phases.
By the time
What if-
we get to
what if Stellar
Valentine's
falls-
Day.
But what if Stellar's just getting closer and closer with Jaime right now, so, you know.
I don't think she sees Jaime that way. When Jean-Claude brought it up, she almost whooped his ass.
Yeah, she
She-
got really mad.
She was like, no. She just went flat. Like, no. Don't.
Yeah, all I'm saying is by we get to the Valentine's Day episode, it's going to be clutch.
She has to come back.
And we gotta get
And Willa.
Jean-Claude someone.
No, Jean-Claude is going to love himself. That's his
He's gotta
Valentine.
love himself.
He's going to love himself as his Valentine.
Is Valentine's Day a Sunday next year? I'm always checking the dates to see. It is not.
Oh, I got to.
Damn it.
You know me, I must practice self-love. And then he buys himself a shit ton of chocolate.
exactly the next day he buys all the cheap ass chocolate.
After Valentine's Day, when it's all on super sale.
That's Jean-Claude, baby.
All right. With that said,
That's what I do.
JT, that's also what I do.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yep.
Is it girl math too? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is it girl math?
oh gosh, there's so much girl everything.
I explained girl dinner to
I'm having
Timmy,
girl
and then
dinner
literally
right now.
the next day after I explained what girl dinner was to Timmy, I found out about girl math.
I'm having my girl dinner, some frozen yogurt.
We live
Girl
in a
dinner.
everyone says society's collapsing, but I keep hearing stuff to the contrary.
I think we are collapsing as a society.
Yeah.
On the backs of girl dinner, girl
How
math.
can that happen when girl math and girl dinners exist? What? How can that happen when the quote "I girl
Barbie
boss
was
too
the
close to
beginning
the
of
sun"?
the end. Girl boss too close. I don't know why, but I really do feel like I girl boss too close to the sun sometimes.
I gotta write that down on your resume.
On my resume, Emma Resco, girl boss is too close to the sun. Ugh.
We'll just have a tagline. That's
Girl-
Emma's tagline.
Girl boss. And it's Icarus.
Cause of death.
It's Icarus.
That's girl boss.
Girl boss too close to the sun.
when you perish, the Reaper shows up. It's like, was it worth it? When you girl boss too close to the sun.
And you see my melting wax wings on my back.
I put those there to further my point.
I wish I would have gatekeeped more. And gaslit.
If I'd gaslit just a little bit more.
But I just gaslit just a little bit more.
I was trying to make this a quick intro.
Yeah, we've been talking for 12 minutes.
I was like, all right, cool. We clocked it in at 7 minutes.
See, this is what happens when friends stream together. It's a problem.
And it's
problem.
been 2 weeks, so.
Yeah,
It's 2 weeks,
we haven't
so
talked
have
in a
to-
bit.
We have to get it all out.
All right, I can't do this anymore. Confession, guys. Hey, we all hate each other behind the scenes. This is a fake friendship on stream. We all hate each other.
Oh, we're just letting that out now?
Yeah, I'm
Is it
sick
like
of this.
it's like the fake dating trope, only it's fake friends trope.
Us fake friends who come together to play D&D.
Yeah, like Timmy's a great GM, but like
Terrible human being, out self-admittedly.
I can't even stick with this bit because I love
no,
you
yeah,
guys.
it's too mean.
I was playing to be quick. I love you guys so much. As an actor.
I was acting.
That's
Did you
what-
actually believe we were friends?
That's what my script said, you nimbus.
You idiot.
You 6-piece chicken McNobody.
What was that character I played a while back? The squirrel druid? Remember?
Oh, I can look.
There's a squirrel. No, not on my resume. You want to know something, Tim? I updated my
Oh,
resume
jeez.
because of you.
Yes, it was awesome. I noticed.
No!
I
He
still
just
have your.
refreshes your page every morning.
God damn it. Okay, we should get into the story before
In
we
case
get
you
to
ever,
my resume.
in case you
No.
ever forget something, I do have your. It's in my fridge.
Oh, cute. Love it. Your dad's like, what the fuck?
He's been like, Timmy, why is this not you? Yeah, well, I would love to be
Actually,
an
it's
opera
my-
golem.
I hate you. With all the love in my heart.
I dispel your hate with my love.
I despise you.
This
all my
beautiful
love.
fucking music's playing in the background and while we're professing our
Like,
hate and love to each other.
I actively despise you. All right.
All right.
So, what we doing? We were
Jean-Claude.
threatened in chat by our mod.
The moderator was put there for us instead. So, Jean-Claude, Cecilia. Suffice to say, it's been an eventful chunk of time. Dormant, adventurous spirits were ignited. The feet began to beat against the Lanya road. You have met people where if you hadn't ignited that adventurous spirit of yours, that you would have never met, had experiences that you would have never had if you kept in your secluded spaces and kept to yourselves. Jean-Claude, the week has gone by. A few days has gone by. As the monotony of traveling has earned you a bit of reprieve. You have so much to think about, and thankfully, on this road, you have all the time. You have the time, and you have the space. After almost being arrested, after
3
well,
times?
as
Twice?
for let me correct myself. After you were arrested and imprisoned,
I was arrested.
breaking out of the prison. After picking up your axe and swearing yourself in protection to a young girl who is bright, adventurous, brilliant. After many revelations, some that you're still trying to decipher at the moment, a fortune telling you of something that's going to happen between you and your brother, which you're still not sure of. Many more mysteries have come alight, which is already piling atop one gigantic mystery. And one that you are in no great position to solve. But you're not yielding to the size of the mystery. You going on this road and journeying alongside Cecilia. This is your little actions, your little footsteps to try and piece together what exactly is going on. As the journey on the Lanya road continues, and as the safe monotony of the traveling comes over Jean-Claude, can you tell me, where is Jean-Claude's mind at the moment?
Is this relating back to my number thing? My 9?
No.
Okay, no. This is just his mind?
Yeah, this is just you, this Jean-Claude in his head.
In his head. I think he's mostly concerned. The grandfather of scarecrows has been a threat that he is not... he doesn't know how to tackle. And not only that they got that close to Cecilia while he wasn't there. So while he's a very jovial, funny, chipper guy, and he still is, he'll put it on. At his core, he is very frightened for Cecilia. And the fact that, one, she has clearly become a target. And 2, the moon shards. Like, I think what the grandfather of Scarecrow said to him, like, really actually struck him. Tim just rolled something and it's stressing me out.
Opened up a loud ass
I don't think
dice
it's that bad
box.
for me to use the moon shards, you know? Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, NBD, points of exhaustion, like...
I
there's
ignore
no
the
clue
first
what-
one every day.
It doesn't matter, it creeps him
It's a
out.
free spell slot.
It creeps him out!
Jean-Claude. I'll say this. Journeying on this road, looking at the map repeatedly, you realize where exactly this road will lead you. And you've already noticed this before. But you see the point on the map, one that interests you specifically. The road leads across our home. The kingdom that houses the place that you once lived in.
Are we gonna hit that before we hit the... Oh no! Oh no! We're gonna go around it!
The town of Oniriche. Onirique. Giant.
French, it's okay, we could say French giant. Giant French.
The language of love. 4. Dreamlike.
Aww.
And would you say that during these 3 days, where you have so much to think about, maybe spending a night in a tent, when sleep evades you, that perhaps you reminisce?
Jenny has a question.
Yes.
Cecilia has a new spell. So I don't think, unless you would prefer to stay in a tent, we probably haven't been staying in tents anymore. Because I
What are
have Tiny Hut as a domain spell.
Oh! That's so cute. Wait, what does our tiny hut look like? We gonna Sims this shit?
Let me make the multiverse real quick. Go decorate again. Yeah, it's probably, it's probably like a lot of Cecilia's magic tends to look like shrouded in moonlight. It's probably like that, kind of like the silvery, luminescent little, like, is it? Let me click the spell real quick. Because yeah, it's a dome. A 10-foot radius dome, which is pretty big because that's 20 feet all the way across.
Which is good because Jean-Claude's like, what, 7 feet tall?
Yeah.
Kind of huge.
Yeah, he's got some space. 9 creatures.
But yeah.
So, in this, in your newfound sanctuary, a
My
shimmering,
dome!
a shimmering dome where you could watch the rain pitter patter. It's like a cool. It's pretty cool. Singing like a glass dome. Those RVs with a skylight and you can like look up.
Yeah, he gets to see this cloud.
In this journey, you reminisce back to where exactly this all started. Before everything went wrong. Can you roll me a d20?
That's the most ominous fucking thing I've heard. Before it all went wrong. Roll me a d20. 17.
When everything went wrong.
And that's when everything went wrong.
All right. Activate my brain real quick.
You have a good memory. That's not traumatic and traumatizing.
In the heart of an ancient forest, hidden away from the world, there exists a realm, a grove, where time itself seems to have slowed to a gentle, whispered cadence. This sacred haven, a verdant green nebulum, cradles the spirits of towering furbolgs, guardians of the natural world in a timeless embrace. In this grove, majestic elms rise like ancient sentinels, their colossal bows draped in velvet emerald finery that brushes against the cerulean sky. Sunlight dances through the leaves, casting a kaleidoscope of dappled shadows upon the forest floor, where moss-covered stones form a mosaic of earthy hues. Jean-Claude, you remember the view from your house? Having a purview over all, being able to see each and every one of your fellow town members go to and fro, perform their business. A loud notification sound just played. Sorry. I was in
performing their business.
As performing their business, it's the houses a few down.
I was in a flow state. Jeez.
It's so beautiful too.
This day in particular, you remember it. It was a cool day. And there's a reason why you won't forget this day. You don't forget this day in particular. And we'll get into that soon. But as you are, as you're staring at the town of Oni Reach, you can see far off into the distance, if you lean at a certain angle, just kind of hunching over the railing on your porch, you can see Madam Wimsley's school house of education.
Oh my god, man, Madam Wimsley, that's so cute. Is she related to Madam Mimsy from our other game?
Yes, no.
She is?
No. A rather large, she's a rather large, also earthy, kind of like pink-nosed, furbolg figure whom everyone in the town has entrusted for many, many generations with the education of their children. This was before certain times when education got a bit more dicey, but as for these times, this is when everything was better. You would watch at a certain time, knowing, just like clockwork, knowing when the children would come out to play. And that's when you can spot her. The apple of your eye. Even if it was so far away, you could tell which dot in the distance was her. Sylvie. And it was always just a little walk away. Madam Wimsley, no one, she never bats an eye if someone comes over to say hello. And on this particular day, you watched as the kids run amok. Seemingly, Madam Wimsley had them all gathered up in a group and has something to do with twine, the natural bark twine that you can find everywhere in the forest. It seems like they're building something today. Everyone's partnered up in twos. Supposedly.
No!
You see something wrong. There are little pairs of two everywhere, but you see a pair of three, and one furbolg, all by herself.
Who is this little?
Three and one.
I
Little
hate them.
jerks.
I hate these children.
Sylvie.
These children.
I'm so mad about this. Like, I'm angry. What the?
Sylvie. I didn't expect this motion spike to come from that.
Jenny's like, I can deal with a lot of shit, but kids being mean to each other.
To Sylvie?
To Sylvie?
Hasn't that girl
better-
been
there-
through enough? Well, not yet, but
Not yet. Kiddo.
This is bullshit, you think? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Your brother, Jean-Luc, is busy with the family business at the moment. But no doubt, he wouldn't like the situation with his daughter either. You make your way down, approaching Sylvie. Watching her tinker with something on her lonesome. It's a large field when they go out and do their own thing. People are so upset.
no, there's just a lot of sound. I was like, what?
In this large field, out of sight of Madam Wimsley, who seems to be currently dealing with the kids that are closest to her, farthest away as she can be, tinkering away at the edge of the forest. You see Sylvie, not beat up about her current predicament, but seemingly kind of like really tweaking at some twine at the moment. And a little book opened up right next to her.
No.
You approach. Would you like to
This music is gonna hurt.
roleplay this? Or
I would. But this is gonna hurt. Is this Claire de Lune?
A rose by my tombstone is what it's called, apparently.
Jesus Christ! That's awful.
So you approach. She was so much more small all these years ago. It's crazy how much she grew in during these last few years. So, you approach. Her back turns towards you, and she just, you see, she's currently like tracing her finger over a book, and you can see on the page, this book is actually a merchant's catalog. A detailed merchant's catalog, which Marie, Jean-Luc's Goliath wife, bought from a roaming merchant.
What is she doing with the catalog?
She is looking at what is called a bracelet made of twine.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Is this when she made him his bracelet? His focus?
Is there anything you want to say?
I want to cry, but I was like, I think he would have brought his axe so it looks like he happened upon her. You know, and I'll be like, oh, whoa! Kiddo, what are you doing all the way out here?
Straightens up. Just whenever your voice comes to, it's always, you can tell she perks up out of the light. She looks up towards you with her bright eyes. She just goes, "Oh, uncle. I'm just she tries to hide it, and you see she kind of like actually covers the book. I'm not doing anything."
Okay. He's gonna pretend like he didn't see it because she's trying to hide something. Why are you all the way out here?
Oh, everyone has a partner, but it's okay.
Everyone has a partner.
I mean, I wanted to do something else anyways.
Huh. That's odd.
Everyone is doing everyone's learning to make ties and learning how to like prepare stuff to make a fire.
Ah. Okay. So survival.
But my partner didn't like that I kept talking about horses.
What's their deal? What, they don't like horses?
They said I talk too much. A lot of people say that.
No, he's what is their name? Who are they?
Oh, she looks at your axe. The name is Perrier.
Like Perrier. The water? Or Pierre?
That's him over there, pointing at the group of three at one of the young
Who
vermals.
the fuck is Perrier?
He's like, yeah, I'll sacrifice him.
That was the kid who cried in the audio clip, and also the kid, one of the young children in the.
Oh shit! I can't kick Perrier's ass. He'll just go. He looks kind of stupid from here.
I wouldn't say that. That's not really.
All I'm saying is, if he couldn't keep up with you, then that's on him, not on you. Also, I don't have a partner. And he, like, gestures, break arms, span wide. What am I supposed to do? I don't have a partner.
She kind of stands up, brushes herself off, and places her hand on her shoulder, all perky. I think I have a little answer to your conundrum. And that's a big word.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, it means like trouble.
Okay.
Big problem.
Big problem, so I am a conundrum. Your dad would say.
My dad wouldn't say that.
No. When I was younger, though. Yeah, I made his life a nightmare. Anyway, so, what is your solution?
I can be your partner.
I'll roll performance if I have to, but he goes, oh. But you're so smart. Don't know if I'd be a good enough partner for you.
Uncle, you're really smart.
You know what? You're right. I am really smart. We're done. Done deal. And he'll scrouch down and extend his hand. We shall enter a partnership for today. And we shall be the strongest alliance these children have ever seen.
None of them are going to stand a chance. We're going to annihilate all of them.
He starts maniacally laughing.
Oh, Sylvie's like young Irelis, isn't she?
Oh. As you start maniacally laughing, she goes. She tries.
If they see these two just fucking, the teacher must hate him.
As you maniacally laugh, the other kids do see Madam Wimsley in her old wisdom, who's very gentle, acknowledges you and knows that you are a comforting figure for Sylvie. And Sylvie is known to have a hard time emotionally connecting with other people.
She's just too good for them.
But she has you. She was bright, she was inquisitive. Always had a book in front of her. Young kids should not be saying conundrum, and yet here she is, not like other kids. Even at a young age, she could point at objects and name them, and she just showed so much aptitude, just so much brightness. She was the brightest star in the sky, the one that actually shines a light that catches your eye. That was her. That was Sylvie. Uncle?
What? What's up?
Is it okay if I come by later? I want to give you something.
Give me something. Well, then as your partner, I shall have to find something to exchange with you.
Business partners, huh?
That is right. After all, soon they shall bow before us.
And he's going to haul her up onto his shoulders so she can sit on top of them.
And the world will bow to Sylvie.
And he spins her a little bit.
She puts her arms off to the side, and she just goes, "I'm an eagle."
That is right, and look how cool you're flying, just like a druid.
And he's going to serpentine. This was before he had his hookups on druids.
And as you're zooming her around and and causing a scene on the playground, gathering the attention of everyone. She
This grown-ass man on the playground.
she just goes, "Do you guys know that Arahomian eagles, that they have a fourth claw?" And just like goes on. She's full of animal facts. She's always excited to share.
So much.
When she gets excited, that's how she
hair.
spends her. Mm-hmm.
I love her so much.
As you allow her to piggyback, as you allow her to ride on your shoulders, we transition. Cecilia.
Oh no.
What's up?
Oh no. Oh no.
You've been away from home. Not something you can say often. Typically, away from home means you've been out of the house, but you've still been around Xandrelor. But now when you say that you're out, you've been away from home, you've been away from a world that you've been living in for, what, 18 years? It feels like longer. And of course, with your sendings, you've been talking with Delmira. It's been productive in some sense, but of course, some emotions have run high. And because of the nature of sending, conversations can't be concluded as fast as you want them to. In your tiny hut, as you watch the rain splash against the top of the shimmering field, do you just take a while to think? it's something that's just been naturally happening. But yeah, it has been an eventful few weeks. Getting into your first fights, fighting a scarecrow, seeing horrors that you would have never thought, but also overcoming them. Fighting a huge land shark, helping to free a small colony of bullywugs from a bullywug queen, blasting a boulet in the face, facing it down directly in front of it. So much time has called for bravery, and you answered with it. But of course, much like Jean-Claude, some new questions have come up. And some things, some factors of your life has caused an inner tumultuousness to take you. What is Cecilia thinking about right now?
Her main concern right now is Delmira. She's been messaging her, and she found out that Delmira is planning to go to the Feywild to try to kill the father of scarecrows.
Oh, Jesus, what?
That Delmira's boyfriend Dominic followed her and insisted on going with her.
What the fuck, Dominic?
And so Delmira's trying to gather up her party to go into the Feywild.
What the fuck is going on?
To be clear, Dominic didn't say he was going to go into the Feywild.
Good, because he'll die.
Yeah, Cecilia doesn't know that. All for now, she's like, he's with her. And Cecilia spent more time with Dominic the past years than she has with Delmira.
So she's closer with him.
Yeah, since Cecilia didn't really have, she didn't really have very many friends back at home. Like, she got along with the adults and things, but she doesn't.
I can't do the Sylvie and Cecilia
I know, the whole time
right
he's talking.
now!
A lot of her life is very geared around taking care of her dad, taking care of the house, and animals. Dominic helped a lot. She tries to help Dominic with her things, and they're practically family. But she's very worried about Delmira and thinking about what Delmira said in the last message, where Delmira said something along the lines of, "It's my responsibility to make these decisions for you because our mom isn't here and dad isn't here."
What? Interesting. But she can't make her own choices, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was Delmira's last sending.
Okay, go off, Delmira, I guess.
But that's what she's been thinking about.
Wild. They're going into the Feywild? Come on.
She tried to tell her not to.
High level adventure stuff. Let's go.
Is that going to be our one shot, us playing Delmira's party?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Trying to go into the
The thing
Feywild.
is out of character, when you look at it from a meta perspective, you know Delmira's not going to win, so you know it's going to be bad. You know it's going to be bad, because she's not just going to go there and kill the father of scarecrows.
She's like, I handled it for you guys. One of the big villains is dead off screen. You guys are good.
Like, honestly, I'm glad that the sorcerer kid is with her, though. The one who's, like, seems a bit reasonable.
He's a bard.
Oh, God. I take it all back. They're fucked.
But she's trying to gather the rest of her party at least.
They're fucked. They're dead.
I don't think she has a druid in her party at least.
She's got a
she does.
druid barbarian.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Who's
but
a
they're multi-class.
Who's a furbolg?
Jean-Claude's gonna be like, you're such a disappointment.
Well, I don't share that exact same sentiment with you. I like you.
No.
You smell like mushrooms.
Oh gosh.
Backhand.
Jean-Claude and his classic mushroom scent.
Maybe that will be his new eau de perfume.
Speaking of
Mushroom.
scent,
Jean-Claude.
Announcing our new line. I'm kidding.
That's my new line, cologne. De mushroom.
I let a mushroom ferment in a bottle. Spray away. That's the commercial. But speaking of scent, which is a great segue, Cecilia, the dream you had, you haven't heard your father's voice in a while, but of course you could remember it. The dream was, suffice to say, a really pale imitation of who your father really is. And of course, I would say, thinking about it, I think it would cause you to reminisce. In the forest of Xandrelor, one of the earliest memories of your father. It was really dark out. The night had grown really old, and this was the most you've ever stayed up, because your father allowed you to assist him with gathering some, foraging for some things, foraging for berries and whatnot. Because he wanted to teach you. He had the know-how. And especially since after Mom passed away, he has been doing everything he could to spend time with you and Delmira. You were on top of his shoulders.
What?
What
is up with these fucking parallels?
As he, as a large sash holding a net bag holding a bunch of the things you and your father gathered. You were really tired that night. But your father, he was a calloused. He had calloused hands. He worked hard. His body was wiry and muscly. He says it seems like he had all the energy in the world. So he was just carrying you as you were almost kind of like listing off on top of his head, kind of like placing your chin at the on top of his head. You see your house coming in the distance. And he goes, "You asleep yet, kiddo?"
Oh.
You might or might not have responded. But you get taken into the house. And that night in particular, it was a constant struggle. What happens is a consistent problem that's had. You're hungry, and your dad and Delmira cannot cook
Oh,
at
God.
all.
How did she survive?
It was a toast kind of family. It was
A toast? They just ate toast?
no.
Cecilia's a lot better, but I don't know at what age she got to be a lot better.
So when he put you down that night, you had to tell him you were hungry. And of course, every time you tell him that he's hungry, you tell him that you're hungry, he always has that look of searching, because he always gets the neighbor to do it, to cook him a meal.
Oh my god, what?
He told you to wait for the morning, and especially at this age, you were very hungry, and you needed to eat something
Yeah,
now.
she snuck out, obviously. Maybe snuck out. I don't. They might know.
That night was spent, even though the two of you were delirious with fatigue, kind of fussing over the berries and what you got. And your father always did try his best. He always did, no matter what. So he did believe you when you told him that you should put more sugar to make because that's the proper way to make that's the proper sweetness for a jam. And he always give you like a little look, trying to discern what your intentions are. He goes, "Tell me to stop," and he starts putting tablespoons after tablespoons of sugar in
He's trying to kill his kids. You don't put that much sugar in jam.
This is what Jean-Claude would do. But even though it was always a mediocre snack or a mediocre dinner, it was fun when you did it with your dad. And then that made you get better, and that made dinner nights a lot better. The sugar rush had taken you to sleep. You remember the familiar scent overtaking you as you, in your barely conscious state, your father gently cradles you, picking you up, as the scent of fern and maple overtake you. He always smelled like some kind of wood. He always smelled like the houses he built. He would pick you up, and though his arms were wiry and muscly, he always had this cloud-like quality when it came to you. And as he puts you down into your bed, gently places the blanket over you, he hooks his finger over a little piece of hair that falls in front of your face, moving it out of the way. And you heard him say that night, thinking that you were already asleep and not hearing it, "Good night, baby girl."
Oh.
The next morning comes. The expedition goes on, and a supply stop has to happen. Has to happen eventually. You eventually stop at a place marked on Delmira's map, a place called Peniston. And as you get there, it's a place that's not, out of all the places of civilizations you've seen so far, this one is definitely the most humble. Very few wooden buildings stand up. Not old. They're constructed to a degree. It's just this place is nothing interesting. Of course, you get here during the late parts of the late part of the night, and as you kind of like take a look at the place, yeah, there's a little general a general store with your general stuff. No sundries, however, just the essentials. It is important to note that this place is not a supply stop, but it is a place that Belmira put down. And there is no inn in this place. But instead there is a shared campground for adventurers. With one rule. There is a sign that has one rule on it. Be kind.
What? Wait, that's so cute.
A shared campground. You get there, and you hear when you get there into this opening in the forest. You see that there is already a small fire, in the middle, and a good few tents already put up. You see a little assortment of people there, eclectic amount of people, eclectic variants of people. You are greeted with the sound of small popping, pop, 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 as you see the source of it immediately. Two young kids, that seem to be a part of the village, is watching this young, fresh-faced, wizard boy, freckles and auburn hair, holding a pot, and he's currently holding like a flame underneath the pot, and at times you see little pieces of popcorn pop up.
I would say this is so cute.
Much to the delight of these two kids. There's an elven woman. You see that she is currently tending to her bowstring, tending to her equipment, not really socializing. Seems like everyone who's a tent here are just travelers, just making do with with what's here at the moment. But what catches the both of your eyes, is you see a large metal man currently situated next to a tent. He has a large, seemingly like automaton. Which, by the way, for both of you, this is a very new sight.
Have we seen a Warforged before? I don't think so, right?
No, I wouldn't think so.
No.
This large automaton, the eyes have darkened, it seems. A very simple design with rivets and studs all the way around, all around his body, and it's very apparent that some modifications have been made to it to keep it repaired. It seems kind of like slapdash together with some patches of scrap iron that does not fit the rest of the make of its body. It has been affixed to it. But whoever is keeping it together cares for it. It currently has its knees up and its arms wrapped around it. And you see in the tent, with a makeshift workbench next to it, you see a dwarven girl, a young woman. Sorry, of a you could assume maybe the same age as Cecilia. Currently tending to and tinkering, much like how you saw Sylvie tending to something.
Oh God!
She is sitting in what seems to be a wheelchair.
Oh my God! Wait, I hope she and Dennis are friends.
Is Dennis born yet?
I don't think he is.
By this point, yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
See, little baby.
Yeah, he's a little goo goo gaga. What do the two of you want to do? It's late. The road's been long. A shared campground is pretty welcome for the most part.
I think Jean-Claude, he's trying not to be like creepy, right? Because he's a 7-foot towering large man. But he is just curious as to what the woman in this chair with wheels is working on. Because I don't think he's seen have we seen wheelchairs before?
In in your hometown, yes. There has definitely been wheelchairs.
Great. But the metal man he has not seen before.
Yeah, that's a new sight.
That's a new sight. The wheelchair is like, oh yeah. The metal man, he's like, whoa. I think he's just watching from afar. He doesn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
What are you looking at? She goes,
Ah! He definitely jumps in his skin. He goes, sorry.
oh, sorry.
It's all right. I was mainly, taking watch, scanning the surrounding area, you never know. And
do you think that thing is an automaton like Willow was talking about?
When did Willow bring up an automaton? Oh! The one
2
that
days
went
ago.
Oh!
The one that went.
Aren't they supposed to... he tilts his head. Aren't they supposed to go... The ones that went rogue, you said?
Well, do you think that's what that is?
We could go ask.
Yeah, I guess we can. That's probably a good idea.
Do you want me to talk to the robot?
I'll come with you.
The metal man? Alright, come with me.
Can
He's
he
going
talk?
to... we will find out.
As you come over, you see that the dwarven, the young dwarven girl kind of like the chair just kind of like backs up on its own, as she's maneuvering with like a little a little magical stone that's embedded in the armrest of the wheelchair, and she kind of like
Wheelchair. Wheelchair.
Absolutely. Pose up on her goggles, where you see that there is a paleness that's around like a certain part of her eyes, and she just goes, and she kind of like she has a big smile as she looks over to the both of you, and she just goes, "It's okay. I'm used to people staring."
Pardon, mademoiselle, not at you, but at your companion we were hoping to speak to.
I'm just gonna be so happy you guys said that. She pats the leg of the metal companion. And you see that the eyes come alight for a moment before blinking out. The light begins to blink out. She just goes, "Oh, it's okay, little guy. He's a little tired. He's a little tired at the moment. But he'll be very excited to talk to you. The first is against once I get a chance to fix him up and repair him and things like that. He likes it better when the sun's out."
And the sun is out. The sun gives you strength, good sir. He addresses the man of metal.
A low voice comes out. "Warm."
It is, well, can be too hot sometimes too. Does it not heat you up? Too hot?
I like warmth.
I get that. By the way, I should introduce ourselves. I am former captain of the Groven Guard, Jean-Claude Boucheron. This is my compatriot and traveling partner, Cecilia Iderwind.
It's nice to meet you.
Ah. Thank you so much for gracing me with your presence, Captain.
And I don't know if anyone caught it, but he said former captain. And he's going to keep going with it. And he'll go, yes, of course. All in this work.
Just, my name is Nelly. I've just been traveling on the good old road, and I've been on the road with my little partner here, Ads, for a little bit now.
Is this why you specified that nobody here wants to hurt us or anything? Is because you named her Nelly?
For those of you who didn't watch Blackguards, she was the fucking worst.
We hate Nelly.
We have never
hate Nelly so much.
never hated an NPC more than fucking Nelly. That's actually what we call her, is fucking Nelly. This Nelly though is different, and she's precious.
Unless she's not.
I'm gonna be so broken inside if this Nelly is evil. I'm gonna be emotionally distraught.
She just goes, are the both of you part of the, oh, well, not you, because you're part of the Groven Guard, but are you part of the Adventurers League?
We both are. Because he's
Celia wearing her badges like a Girl Scout.
not Yim's badges, but she has her pin, probably.
She has her pin. It's so
She
cute.
goes, she looks at you and she goes, no way. Do you want to trade?
Trade?
Yeah, trade some. Well, I only have one pin. It joined. But I am an official. I'm official guilds member, which means that I am in charge of creating things that benefit the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's like Disney. You can trade the pins
Oh.
with the cast member.
Jessa, I really can't do much now. I am still a little bit in the learning process. My little field of abilities really go towards my friend here, pointing towards the middleman. But I can, especially now, if you give me a little project, I can enchant something for you. I'm an artificer.
Oh, that's amazing. What can you do?
Good question. Well, the thing that I know I can do at the very top, is that, especially if we have one night, because I am going on the road over there, and I have to leave tomorrow morning.
Us too.
I can enchant something for you where, no matter where it is in the world, if you are attuned to it, you always know where it is.
Ah. Fascinating.
And if I
Actually,
do
that's
Ah!
really good.
Oh no! Jean-Claude!
Cecilia, she goes, I need to go get it. And she goes to reach for her bag and then realizes that she's like, the wagon, the horses have, it's in the wagon. She goes,
oh, all right. I'll wait for you then.
how much would it cost?
Oh no. Technically, I think I am supposed to charge you by certain guild rates. But I would really actually prefer if you've written me a glowing letter of recommendation that I did indeed make something for you, so I can score some points.
Well, I mean, I can do both.
I'll go ahead and say 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
If it's not too much bother.
No, she takes out a platinum
Is this
out of her
Kate
bag
Owen?
of freaking holding that she's pretending to go back to her wagon to go get the box for the moon shards and she doesn't want her to see the moon shards.
Are we having it as the drag racing occurs next to the next to the
People need to learn to
campsite?
slow down on the road.
My
That can't be
guts.
good for the horses.
Those horses are
Dangerous.
so loud.
The racing has gotten intense on the Lanya road. I was gonna say it feels like we're having a conversation with our artist, Kate Owen. Kate,
love
this
you.
one goes out to you. We love you, but please let us pay you.
That being said, she did let me pay her for our stuff when originally she wanted to do it for free, and I was like, because I did voiceover for her at a discount one time, and I was like, no, we want to pay your full rate, okay? And it's already, and her rate is also lower than it should be in my opinion.
Kate.
So
Go,
Owens.
Kate Owens.
Kate Owens Creations. I said your full name.
She's gonna find this clipped in the chat tomorrow and be like, guys, what the fuck?
We love you, Kate.
We love you,
I
Kate.
do.
So who was saying what?
I gave her a platinum from my bag of holding.
Well, are you sure about this? Holds up the platinum. Looks it up. Oh,
Yeah, that's how much you said, right?
oh, this was minted in the Level Up Dynasty about 200 years ago.
Girl math!
Oh,
Girl
does it
math!
say that?
Hmm?
Or does it say that on it?
Oh, I know. I just know. I love coins so much.
Oh,
It's-
do you want to look at my other coins and see if there's any you like more?
Oh, I don't want to be picky. This is really nice. I'm grateful for
I
anything.
don't know which ones are special or anything.
This one's special because you gave it to me.
Okay, wait. Jean-Claude definitely knows. Cecilia knows how to use fucking coins.
Yeah, 10 gold pieces
She's-
is one platinum.
Yeah, she was like, wait, is there something special about it? She was really excited about it, where it was made and stuff. But I go to the wagon for I'll be right back.
All right. Ads, look at this. He goes, it is a nice coin.
Would Jean-Claude, does Cecilia want Jean-Claude to come with him, or is he kind
You
of...
don't have to.
Okay, I think he completely, like, while Emma the player knows that Cecilia's off to go get, like, the moon shards or something akin to them.
The box.
Yeah, the box. It's going over Jean-Claude's head. This boy has a -1 wisdom, so he doesn't know shit.
She just doesn't want her to see her take the moon shards out of the box in front of her, which is why she's stumbling over her words because she just can't lie, even though it's barely a lie.
He knows she's doing something, but he's not quick enough to piece together. Oh yeah, he's gonna ask her to put on the moon shards. She's gonna ask to put on the moon shards. I think he'll say, we are headed off in the... We're headed to a settlement that has rumored to have automatons that have gone rogue of sorts. I don't mean to make a judgment here, but would your friend Alt is his name?
Oh, ads.
Ads, would you happen to know anything about this, or perhaps?
I'm sorry. I cannot answer your inquiry. I do not know.
It's okay.
But it's really good that you tried. Just they have gone rogue, you said.
yeah, there's something wrong. Like, I don't know, they're magically being manipulated. I don't have. I don't. You
That
know.
could be a thing, but I also heard about what is going on in Rexon. Because the thing is about these guys is that, well, they're not robots, they're automatons. That means they have feelings. That means they know when they're being used, and that means they know what fear is.
Oh.
So maybe something bad's going on there. I don't
So
know,
you-
but they probably had a good reason.
So you're saying it is a revolution?
It could be, if the people there are not good.
Interesting.
And his eyes narrow, and in the background, you can once more hear. Do you hear the people sing from Les Miserables?
Time for another revolution.
Time for another revolution, led by
Jean-Claude's gonna
Jean
take
Claude.
over the automaton.
He's gonna be like, "Do you want to be free from the shackles that bind you?"
By this point, Cecilia,
Please
She
come
just-
back.
So she's trying to like make sure nobody sees her, even though it's probably more suspicious, just because like to everyone else these are just rocks probably, and she's trying to figure out like, oh wait, if I give her the box, where am I gonna hold them? And she
Oh God.
and I think she'll maybe pull out her coin purse and put them in and hold it like really close, but she's holding it very close to her now because she's worried about it, so she wants to keep the moon shards close to her. But then she
We're
takes
doing
the empty
great.
box.
We're doing really well. These are the two adventurers meant to save the world. We're great.
you're keeping the
Save
moon
the
shards close.
moon. Yeah, she keeps the moon shards close
Okay.
to her because she doesn't want to lose them. And though maybe in a coin purse isn't a great idea because what's someone gonna steal first? Oh god.
Oh God. Wait, make Atheus eat them.
No.
I mean, not one of
I'm
those
worried
bitches.
about-
I've always wanted to eat them. It's been one of my intrusive thoughts.
No, like when you want to bite like shiny rocks and shit. Yeah, I feel you, Atheus.
She just okay. She holds her coin purse close to her, but then she takes the empty moonshard box, and goes in, brings it back.
So you have the moon shards close to you.
Yeah, it's in her hand, and
Okay.
there's the pouch.
Got it. So you as you come back, she kind of like perks up at you once more.
Can you enchant this box?
Absolutely. Any sentiment to it or anything?
Oh,
Like you don't have to answer that or anything. It's just I'm just asking questions.
yeah, it's
but
very sentimental, actually.
I'll be
it's,
really careful with it then.
I appreciate that because of all the sentiment.
Do I recognize the box?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like,
So many emotions and feelings surround that box.
It's closed right now, so the moon shards could still be in it, or did she take them out? Did she? I don't know. Jean-Claude
oh wait.
knows.
So Jean-Claude just sees the box and he sees it. I think his eyes go fucking wide as shit. And he's like,
Yeah, a lot of powerful feelings.
really powerful feelings.
Mm-hmm. She just thinks you're trying to help her
Oh.
lie.
I'll be really careful then.
No, like really careful. Like you know when you butter things, like compartmentalizing feelings, like
Oh, I know
feelings you never want to release.
He knows how
I know about
important it is
that.
to me, so
So important that I really wonder why we even brought it out.
so that because then we won't be able to lose it if we can always know where it is.
Right, but maybe we should keep like really precious things, in our, just because it's so important. Maybe to us and
She
things.
stands.
As the weight of this important object really continues to weigh against me, I'm going to go ahead and get
Your
to work on it.
life is in her
life is in your hands.
It's that. Well, it is important, but it's not that bad.
Oh
Whatever.
no! Oh wait, John Claude would interpret that as Cecilia's like,
Wait,
it's not
are you-
that bad when I get tired from exhaustion, and he's like, it's
She
not
goes,
that bad.
What?
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to trust me with something important?
Yes.
It's just. I don't have a track record of people trusting me with important things.
It's okay. At the end of the day, it's just a box. So.
His eye twitches.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I promise I'll give you good work. I always did better than those other groups by myself.
With his eyes still twitching, you see John Claude slowly turn his head, almost mechanically like the automaton in front of him, to Cecilia.
The eyes grow a light suddenly. And you see Nelly kind of like looks over
Oh
at him.
god.
Just goes, "Oh my, did it work? Did you just have a late start there?" Hello. It's good to meet you. And she just pats his knees and says, That's good.
Oh, he's delayed.
It's good to meet you too.
Pleasure.
I am Ads. Short for adventurer.
Oh, shut up. That's so cute. I love him.
Oh, are you part of the Adventurers League too?
Yes. I am rank wood.
That's kind of ironic since it doesn't look like you have much wood. Like, he's made of metal. That's what she was thinking.
But that just falls so flat!
Ads, that's a joke. Joke received.
Oh no! Jean-Claude hasn't laughed this entire time.
All right, well, this is like a miracle and a half. This has never happened before, but Ads here can help me with with this little doohickey. Just I'll have it for you first thing in the morning, I promise.
Thank
And
you.
If you can write a little letter just saying how enthusiastic I was.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, thank you. I won't let you down. As she just kind of like turns around, she just shakes the knee of the automaton again. She goes, "Ads," he says this. "You laughed at your first joke."
Oh.
And he goes, "Life is full of delights."
Just holding her coin purse, like right up to her chest the whole time.
Oh my god, like that's not suspicious at all.
No.
As time goes on, the setup, the night needs to be slept through. As the two of you are putting up the efforts to go put up your tent, the both of you do notice. Well, actually, maybe not you, Cecilia, but Jean-Claude, that the fire that was in the big fire that was in the middle of the camp has waned, and now it's beginning to like the vision the fire was providing you was going away. The light, and you see the wizard boy just kind of like scratching his scratching his chin. He goes, right. Does anyone know where the fire logs are? And people just kind of look around. No answer to anyone. and just goes, "Does anyone can anyone like get does anyone have an axe? Does anyone know how to chop down some trees?"
What? Yeah, trees? Axe?
Yeah, just some wood for the fire.
That I can do. That I can, as a former captain of the Coven Guard, chopping down trees. It is a special thing, you know, when it comes to chopping down trees.
And he's kind of mansplaining.
He's just nodding, but you can see his maybe your wisdom won't catch this, but you can see his eyes are like always like going back and forth between you and the fire, as if his eyes are like, "Hey, look at the fire."
It's dying.
So how do you make a fire? All right, I'll teach you.
And he's gonna go. This young man did not ask for to be taught in any way, shape, or form, but Jean-Claude shall educate him. He's gonna bring him along to go chop some firewood.
Oh, I'm
Come
coming.
with me, young man. Oh, yes, you are.
All right.
It's important you learn how to chop your own firewood.
And
Yeah.
we started off the night girl bossing and went to mansplaining.
That's gonna be the name of this title. Girl boss to mansplain.
the girl boss to mansplain pipeline.
That's what happens when you girl boss too close to the sun. You begin to mansplain.
Girl boss too close to the sun, you begin to mansplain.
Imagine like an improv prompt, but it's Icarus mansplaining how his wings failed.
Okay, that's gonna be my next character. I said my next character was gonna be a fantasy dentist. Now it's gonna be a mansplaining Icarus explaining how exactly his wings burned up. It has to.
Mansplaining Icarus, who is a dentist.
Who's a dentist?
You know
Imagine
why you
if
had
your
all this
dentist
plaque.
just-
And who says I don't come up with fascinating characters? This is why we take breaks, everyone. This is why we take breaks. Anyway, before we get to Icarus the mansplaining dentist, can we go grab someone?
As you go out into the woods, Jean-Claude, let's visit another memory real quick. It was during that same day, after playing around with your niece, there was and as they returned to the House of Education, a knock on your door.
Well, this is back in the flashback.
Yes.
1 second.
And I think he's probably been washing dishes or something. His hands are all wet. So that when he opens the door, he goes,
I was just washing the dishes.
You
That was
hear,
it.
you hear a voice outside, going, "Oh, Johnny boy, I need your help. Quickly, come outside. A big, strapping woman really needs your help."
Okay, wait. So the second is compelling, but who the fuck's voice is this?
Open the door and find out.
Is it? Wait. Do I know this person's voice?
You do know, like, okay, I'll go ahead and tell you, like, you do know it's someone putting on a voice.
Right. So okay, cool. Because I was like, dude, if you genuinely make this Madam Whimsley, I'm gonna cry, and I will never play as him again.
Strong woman needs your help.
And at that, he brushes his hands on his pants and goes, "Well, you've come to the right house, madame." And he flings the door open.
Because, and you hear, "Madam," as you see your brother, Jean-Luc.
You fucking liar! And I'd like to tackle him to the ground.
You really fell for and he starts grabbing you by the head. He's just like rolling your hair, and he starts like, and the two of you start like throwing each
Oh
other
yeah, they're
around.
full on brother tussling. Yeah. And they're grown ass adults.
and he just kind of he kind of sits up after a bit, kind of like fixes his hair, and he just goes, "Oh, hold on one sec," he says in a French accent as he licks his hand. He just fix it just like right on your like fur on your forehead, just.
Well, if they're speaking in giant, then he would be speaking normally, so we can do that.
Yes, please. First,
What the fuck, man? As you slap his
This is so weird. Already.
okay, I recovered.
As Jean-Claude speaking in a normal voice.
Because personally, I think you look better that way.
I look like a dork. Stop laughing! Clearly, I'm the cool one of the two of us. I have a reputation to uphold in this town, bro.
You've definitely got a reputation, brother.
Oh, fuck off! And he's gonna just like smack him in the shoulder. And then he'll help him up. He'll help him get up after he whacks him.
It's pulled up. And he just goes, decided to come by and drop by today. I know I've been real stuck with Marie and Sylvie for the past few days, but needed to come by and see my little brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, but listen, your family comes first. Am I right? Especially when you got a loving wife and a kid who's too smart. for
Oh,
her
you're
own good.
right. Family does come first. Hey, I just want to let you know that even though I'm spending time with Marie and all, I always got a place in my heart for you. You can always drop by, you know.
So part of Jean-Claude's backstory is that he's jealous that his brother is
Aw.
spending more time with his wife than him. So he'll
Sorry,
just
it's not your fault. I'm just slamming.
I'm the begging wife.
I'm kidding. Bedroom sandwiches, baby. Let me tell you.
Oh no! Oh, this is funny. What this what brother's
Is
talking
this
about?
why Sylvie spends all day at the library?
Rewind. This goes.
Her parents are begging all the time, so she's in that poor kid. No wonder she's socially awkward.
Those are two big people too. So that is a magnet.
It's a no.
That is a seismic activity.
No, the body. Armand is crying in the chat again.
You ever heard an audio clip of two whales?
No.
All right, now let's continue.
No, he says, there is a difference. I'm yelling, not crying. There's a difference, Armand says. He'll go, hey, listen, I get it. You've got I'm just happy to see you, It's good to see you around. And she's cool. Marie, she's decent.
That's the conclusion you come up with after you spar her a couple of times, and the two of you just have a couple of arguments. I mean, about that.
what times? No, they weren't arguments. They were conundrums.
Duh, conundrums.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Um,
I'm very well read now. So
Marie likes you.
That's great. I appreciate her.
Why don't you come over for dinner tonight? You could
Will
think
he-
about it while we do our job.
Will he fight with Marie? Is the question. If he agrees to go to dinner tonight, or can he keep his shit together?
He just goes, just think about it. But right now, the Boucheron brothers, you and me, we're in business.
He's gonna take his hand and just like put a really warm squeeze on his shoulder and goes, "You've always got me, brother. Of that,
Always.
I
It's
can
never
assure
gonna
you."
change.
No, it won't. You like check the trees, right? They change with the season.
But the twist is the same. Huh?
Exactly. Much like how a hermit crab always changes shells every so and then, but the hermit crab's the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sylvie's been telling me some animal facts.
She, you know.
Hermit crabs are... Oh, go ahead, sorry, you were saying?
I was going to brag about your kid, but tell me more about the hermit crabs, please.
Oh, they're very social creatures.
I wasn't being serious, but alright. Oh, that's great.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Hey, listen, what I was saying is, it seems like she's having a bit of trouble in school. Not with her studies, of course, but with the other kids.
Yeah. I've been hearing about that. But, she seems to be happy. But she's a really good kid. But
So, she is, that's for sure. I don't want her to feel like, I don't know, there's something wrong. When there's only right.
You've been really good for her. You know that? And, I see. No. I see. I see the way you look up at her, you check up on her. Just, you don't gotta be shy about it. She's your family.
Yeah, you know.
And she loves you too.
What kind of uncle would I be if I didn't check up on my niece?
I think she will want you over at dinner too. But,
I'll go.
only if you want to. But it'll make me really happy.
Yeah. What do you want me to bring?
Anything. But most of all, yourself. Alright?
Right.
So, I guess you can say that you can just bring the beef.
Le boeuf.
Le beef.
Le boeuf.
Le beef. Le cow.
Le cow?
The cow.
The cow. Oh, yeah, I hope that
The cowabunga.
The cowabunga?
That's
Start
who you
laughing. I'm the cowabunga?
I just learned
I'll
about
take a
that word.
Cowabunga? What is
Yeah.
it?
It means something like awesome or something, but it has the word cow in it. So I thought about us, but I thought about you. You're a cowabunga.
I'm a cowabunga?
Yeah, you're a cowabunga.
I'll take that because I am pretty awesome. I mean, like, and look at you, you're so
I
old
know that.
now, and like, look at you, the grays in your hair, and he's just fully fucking with him as his little brother now.
He goes, oh, by the way, I know you don't drink, like, I don't know, I know you don't drink much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a
Well,
fan of it.
Yeah, we do have something new that we got. It apparently comes from a place a long time away, and Marie just decided to spend a fortune on it. She's really tough with her money. So if you feel like it tonight, you can indulge with us. Though I know you don't like that stuff.
No, normally I just don't like being off my game, you know, and like the booze just kind of really, you know, it kind of like fucks with you, you know, but she spent this much money, of course, it's a celebration.
No, you don't have to. No peer pressure. No peer pressure.
No, of course I would have a glass, you know, but it's a special occasion, I'm sure.
All right, well, we'll see where that goes tonight, and hopefully it doesn't cause any undue feelings to come up at the table.
No, I will be, listen, brother, I will be on my best behavior. Which is not saying much, but I will try.
But I know you'll try your best, and that's all I'll ask.
All right.
But right now, one of the druids from the dream druids from the Circle of Reverie, they asked me specifically, aka the Boucheron brothers, to go cut down a few trees down for them in their little grove.
Well, I came to the best tool of the round.
You're gosh dang right.
Yeah, sure am right. No one can beat you with your magic.
And no one could beat you with your chutzpah.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Anyway, so like, what is the gig though? They need a druid to cut down the trees or something?
They need us to cut down a couple of what they said problematic trees that seem to be dying down. One of the trees actually was actually something that like all of the kids 50 years ago, they all carved their name into, so it's really sad we gotta take that down, but maybe we can put it into something.
Oh, yeah, make it into like a bench or a chair or something.
It's a high-paying job. They were really upfront with that. But yeah, just there's a good couple of trees.
Do you need me to be there to help?
Of course I need you.
Okay, good. 'Cause I obviously, this is a high-profile job. I should be there.
It's a high-profile job. That's why it needs you.
Absolutely it does. And who better than to come to us? I mean, come on.
Yeah, come
No
on.
bueno. Yeah, no
Very
bueno.
bueno. No bueno. No, none of the amount of buenos, none. Nada.
I said, I meant no brainer, but no bueno works too.
Yeah, no brainer. No brains needed.
No brains needed.
There's not a single brain between the both of us. Yeah.
No, there is not. There really isn't. And look how well we're doing. We're great.
All right.
All right.
Go
So
on.
dinner and this gig.
As he has his axe to his side, as you grab yours, the Boucheron brothers make their way out in the Grove of Dreams. And as you're walking out into the woods with the wizard boy and talking about cutting down woods, that's where your memories go to. One of the gosh. You walk out closer out into the woods, and it evokes feelings of nostalgia. You just have to find a really good tree. You know exactly what you're looking for. You have the artisan's eye for it. And as you find a tree on its own, the perfect one. It looks like one of the trees you and your brother had cut down. Less colorful, but the shape is there. And shapes are enough to invoke the nostalgia. But you also remember those woods. The Grove of Dreams. You remember what the father of Scarecrow said. Where your brother is trapped in at the very moment. That very forest. And as you walk closer, maybe having gone a little quiet, do you chop down the tree?
I think he would, right? Unless there's something off.
There's nothing off.
Nah, then he would.
All right. One hit. Two. One strike after another. You miss. You miss. And then you miss again.
What the fuck?
And again. And
Come on.
again. And
What do you mean?
you thought that with everything you had, you could protect her. You could protect Sylvie. But in that moment, you couldn't hit that thing that stole away all those children as you swung with this very same axe that was in your hand. You swing so hard. All the muscles in your arms tensing. And yet your weapon could not find purchase on that Fae.
Oh god, this is the emotional damage episode.
You just kept missing. You swung this axe with everything you had. Your heart emboldened by your love for Sylvie, the want to protect her. I think she was gone. Memories kind of meld together at the moment as Jean-Claude, you were a bit deeper in thought. You realize, like, because this is so natural to you that you have the firewood in your hand, you chopped it up. You were already walking back to camp. The boy is talking to you, though. You're so deep in your head. The Grove of Dreams was where she was taken. It's where your brother is right now. And sooner or later, you're going to be heading there. As you just place the firewoods inside the fire, the fire bursts up for a moment, and it grows. The fire grows in size. And it's not that big, but for some reason you taste ash. You feel extreme heat.
Oh no.
Excruciating burning.
Oh no. Oh no.
As
He's
you're
having a
drowning in a sea of burning embers.
Oh no, he's having a bit of a flashback PTSD moment. Oh no.
But even in this pain, even through the choking, you saw the creature on that shore, and you saw your knees. And you pushed through. And when you finally arrived, you wake up. You snap out of it. Hey, thanks for the help. I really, well, I learned a lot about chopping down trees, so that was really helpful.
I missed.
You got it. I think.
I miss. Make sure you do.
Okay.
I think he's gonna lumber away from the warm heat of the fire that makes him think of smoke and ash and that day.
Cecilia. You see Jean-Claude approaching. You finish setting up both tents.
She goes, I realized when you were gone why you were really upset about me giving away the box, I think. And she opens up the bag she's been holding the whole time to show him.
He
This is what she's been thinking about, clearly.
he looks down and goes,
I see.
Are you okay?
Good night, Cecilia.
Nods.
As you
And-
bid. Oh, go ahead.
Then she thinks a moment, like she's thinking about, like, is this stupid? And then she looks through Jean-Claude's stuff. And she... For JJ.
not JJ!
And she goes to lay down or something. She'll just set JJ next to him and put JJ's little hand on his shoulder and say, oh, the voice. I'm right here, Jean-Claude. And then she walks away very quickly and leaves him there.
I'm gonna cry, Jenny. That was so cute. Jenny! Oh no! Cecilia. She's too good for this girl. I think he would just, after she leaves, just take the doll and just curl in and just hold it close to him.
As you hug Sylvie that night, as she has crawled into bed with you,
Wait, I'm
Wanting
hugging
to
my
be-
niece?
wanting to be with you that night,
Oh no!
she goes, as she's like holding a book, and you're holding like a little lantern for her to read it. It was the tired end of that night where she goes, "Oh, I almost forgot." And she scrambles to her feet. She rushes out of the room so fast, like just with
Hey!
such urgency.
Whoa! He's gonna fall after her. What the fuck is she going late at night?
Running off to she opens the front door. She's just throwing all like reckless abandon, going off
Your dad's gonna fucking kill me!
to her parents' house. She just goes, you're gonna really love it. You're gonna really love it.
Trying to keep up with this child.
She goes, and she turns around and goes, wait. Do you stop?
Yeah, he freezes with the lantern in his hand.
Did you know that horses can't breathe through their mouth? And then she runs. She distracted you, and she runs.
She's sprinting after this child like a father who's lost his child at Disney World.
She makes her way to her house, and as she opens up the door, she just turns around, sees you approaching, and she just goes, barrier.
He's gonna mimic slamming into air.
No! Sylvie! You get back here! Ah!
I'll be
He's
right.
pretending. He pretends to not get through the fucking air wall.
She then walks a bit. She walks to her room, and she comes out holding a small wooden chest, a small wooden box. You realize this box, actually, this is the box that Jean-Luc used to propose to Marie. No, but Marie used to propose to Jean-Luc.
Oh, Jesus!
She took it.
No! Marie's gonna fucking kill me!
She just goes, all right, open it.
And he wants to make sure that her mom doesn't catch him with this fucking box. She's gonna fucking kill him.
Your eyes turn around. Marie doesn't seem to be here at the moment.
Because the reason why Jean-Claude fights with her a lot is because he's terrified of her secretly. And he'll go, okay, just make sure this goes back where you found it, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Was this what you bought at Belia? Okay. It's very important then. He's gonna like roll back his sleeves. Some high level magic must be going on here.
Oh, I should step out of the barrier for you.
You should. I cannot open the box with the barrier up.
She just goes barrier off and then walks out.
So fucking cute. So he'll sit down so that he's on her level. And he'll open the box.
A bracelet made of twine, of bits of wood, but what stands out to you most? Colorful beads. Colorful beads adorn the bracelet. It's a forever bracelet.
What is that?
You give it to people who you always want in your life and who you know will always be there for you.
He picks it up as if it's the most precious metal and rarest jewel. And he delicately gestures to her. May I have your help putting it on?
She nods excitedly and gingerly slides it onto your wrist where it fits snugly. Of course, she paid attention. Do you like it?
It's my most favorite thing I've ever had. Thanks, kiddo.
And he'll ruffle her curly hair.
And then she yawns. It's time for bed.
Come on, I'll get you back in.
As you guide her to your abode, and the two of you tuck in, she just goes, "Good night, Uncle. I love you."
Night, Savvy. I'm always here.
And then you go. And then you go to sleep as you hug JJ close. Cecilia.
That sucked. that's pretty painful. It's pretty fucking painful.
Cecilia, is there anything else you're doing?
Well, the past few days, she's been messaging Delmira every night with her remaining spells, and then trying to hide, using the moon shards to get an extra. Whenever Jean-Claude's driving and not paying attention.
God damn it.
So
She's hoodwinked me.
she would need to message Delmira again, though I don't know if you want to do that right now or not.
I'll absolutely do it.
Okay. They left off fighting, but then she talked to Creed more. After they fought. I guess this is harder because she doesn't know where to start with Delmira again now, though, because it was hard. She'll say, I don't know if what I told you yesterday is the truth, that Dad's soul is with Crowreg. That's just what the Scarecrow implied to me.
There's a little bit of a empty moment. Just when you thought that maybe Delmira didn't want to talk to you, the voice comes in. Whatever happens, I know I didn't make a lot of good promises to you. But I am going to find a way to get Dad back. I promised you I promised Mom.
I just don't want you to go. I know you're not alone, but I don't want you to go.
I know. But I have to. Which is something this particular set of sentences. I don't want you to go. I know, but I have to. It feels so familiar.
Oh no.
The sending continues. I have to protect you too. And don't think about telling me not to do it.
Is that the message?
Yeah, that's about the word limit.
Okay. She says she uses the moon shards because she already cast 2 sendings.
God damn it.
So she double checks that Jean-Claude's not watching and takes the moon shards out of the
I'm
pouch.
gonna kill you when I find out.
Every single night they've been traveling since she
I'm
got sending.
kill you when I find out.
It's gonna be even worse when she just uses this to talk to Stellar for fun.
He's gonna ground her ass.
She takes the moon shards, and says, You don't have to do anything. You have a choice. And I know which one you want.
Oh.
But please let me help you.
It's dangerous. Don't come. I need you to be safe. And safe is not with me. It's never been. But it will one day. I promise.
Timmy, is the place we're staying considered a safe haven?
It is.
In that case, she'll take a point of fatigue to use the moon shards one more time.
I'm not gonna kill you. Jean-Claude will. Ground your ass.
Look at that smile.
There's no TV time. There's no phone time. This is what this is. This is fucking cell phone time.
No,
It's okay,
no
I'll
talking
just
with
read my
Stella.
books.
You're losing your fucking phone privileges.
You do what my little sister did, and she bragged to my mom about how you thought I couldn't get on the iPad because you blocked my phone, but I could still check my messages. And so then my mom was like, okay, then you have to give me your iPad too.
Yeah, y'all gonna be like, give me the moon shouts. Hand it
That is
over.
100% the kind of kid Cecilia would be too. She'd accidentally give herself away.
She'd be like, and you thought I got away with it, and I got away with it too, Jean-Claude.
But she takes the moon shards again, and she says, I know. I don't want that for you either. And I don't know if Delmira will be able to tell this as much, but it seems like she's thought like probably all the last 24 hours about saying this. Because she doesn't normally stand up to Delmira that often, and she's done a lot the past couple days.
Oh.
She says, but I have a choice too.
Someone clip that.
And that's where she leaves this ending.
I love you.
Oh.
I'll find you again. Just promise me. Not now. But you just be safe. I might be busy the next few days. You're so brave. That came after a while, I will say. My pause, it's probably like 10 times the length of that. before you guys sending back?
He kind of takes that as a rejection. And so she's kind of frustrated by that. But she'll just get the nightcap out, put the moon shards back in the pouch.
Put it in the cap. Gives you extra good dreams.
I was gonna say, do not ever not wear the cap again.
And try to get off to bed.
You get off to bed. And you hear knocking on the door. As your eyes fly open, it was like 2 years ago. You hear the frantic knocking, and you fly to your feet. Cecilia! Cecilia!
What's wrong?
She goes, open the door, please.
She does.
And as the door opens, you see Delmira holding your father. His gaze listless, open, mouth agape.
Oh no!
Looking towards the sky, Delmira, tears streak down her face. Delmira immediately puts him down on the couch and just kind of like holds his hand. He just goes, "Everything's gonna be okay, Dad. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay."
What happened? You need to take him to the temple.
I don't know. She just goes, just please stay with him. I'm gonna go to the temple. I'm gonna get people here.
She goes, I can help you take him there. Let's
just please stay here. I'm gonna bring them here. It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Okay, everything's gonna be okay. And as she runs out, you do notice that red has taken the sky.
Oh no.
A dark red hue. That night it was a bad one. The saloon clerics, some of them who were out there at the time, you remember the scenes of chaos, as you see people, the front door was left open amidst the chaos. You remember seeing people wandering back into town, family members hugging other family members as they were, as some of them were just some of them were just kind of like almost like zombies, like walking back into the town, moving at a sluggish pace. Family members running around trying to find out and claiming who's theirs. There were even some people that aren't even in your village, a good amount of strangers who the clerics are trying to help. But the difference between all of them is that all of them were walking. Some of them cried when they hugged the people they love, when they reunited. But there was that sinking feeling in your chest that, why is your father different? The night ended in pure frustration and hopelessness. But something weighed so much more deeper on Delmira. As eventually, your father was carried to the bed that he's been staying in for the past 2 years. The bed where eventually he would lose his scent. He would lose the scent of trees on him. And that you would grow so accustomed to his presence that perhaps you couldn't even smell him anymore.
No.
Remember that night? Just dread, confusion, as you watched Delmira completely devoid of hope, failure washing over her as she sobs uncontrollably into the shoulder of your father, who is breathing but not responding.
Oh, this is awful.
And you hear from Delmira, "Please come back. I'm so sorry. I need you." That weighs heavy on your mind. And of course, you remember the times that Delmira continued to leave. Leaving your father in the care of you. She always had that look of guilt. And you're wise to your sister. Maybe at times, every time she came back, which was very, very few in between, when she didn't bring anything back to help father. That guilt got a little heavier each time. You try to sleep. Try to. And eventually, sleep will always find you. Hopefully you have good dreams tonight. That's what the cap's for. When Delmira gave you the cap, you remember it was well worn. Delmira needed it too. And as you fall asleep, you feel the familiar thrum. You feel warmth overcoming you, a feeling of nostalgia. And as sleep begins to take you, as you sleep with the moon shards at your side, there is a familiar scent of maple and fern. A brushing of the hair from your face. And before sleep takes you away, the voice from this good memory becomes bare to you. Good night, baby girl.
Ouch, Tim! Ouch, Tim! What the fuck?
You fall asleep.
Ouch!
Not before casting Guiding Bolt on the DM.
Yeah, fuck you. Tim, ouch. That hurt. Good night, baby girl. All right, cool. Yeah. Cool.
That is where we're going to end this session.
Yeah, that's where we're going to end this fucking session before I kill you. That's awful. That's awful. I'm mad.
Join us again next week.
I'm so mad.
Q&A time. First question. Why are you
What?
watching this?
Everyone, this is our moderator, JT, who has been dutifully moderating the chat.
JT! We love JT the mod.
Love you so much. And
Dragmare says, I roll to smack the DM. Nat 20.
He'll actually flinch, yeah.
Dragmire, re-roll with advantage.
wait, you already got not 20.
JT's
Extra
like,
attack.
And do it again.
duh.
Yeah, it's extra attack. Ouch, man.
Now's as good as time as ever. To
Yeah, yeah, great. Time.
Ask your burning questions before we burned him. I got a 19 plus 1, Dragmire says.
Does that hit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Tim's AC is like a 5. It hits.
Ow.
The
Why?
problem is that Tim is so good at this, so he's just too good at this. He's
Are
too
you
good
guys-
at this.
Yeah.
First of all, both of you okay?
Oh yeah! Oh my god. Totally fine. This is just
All
my
right.
standard angry Emma. God damn my feels.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Not, don't worry. I am. Dragmire's still rolling
2
in the chat.
damage.
He's still going.
This entire time, it's like, hey, are you guys okay?
Are you guys okay? Boom.
Timmy,
No,
watch
I'm-
this.
Knocked out. KO'd.
Oh, you turned me into JJ.
I love. Did you
Burn
guys?
that doll.
Did you guys see the chat though? Did you see Dragmire go? Get JJ! Someone get JJ! Yes, my
He
adult
knows
character.
very well.
My adult 30-something character has an emotional support puppet to communicate his feelings with. That's
Alright.
right, everyone.
Cecilia thinks it's kind of silly, but
Oh, it's bizarre.
but she just tries not to judge, you know. So
I would. She should judge.
All right. Well, right now, in the interest of time, we are going to start our we're going to start our Q&A section. Our Q&A section, and also our we're just gonna talk for a bit and wind down from everything that's happening. So,
Q&A.
yeah, I was gonna say if
Yeah.
anyone's still here.
if
If anyone's still here, ask those questions in the chat. If not,
any
we're just gonna
questions?
keep chatting.
But we'll just, if not, we'll just chat the night away. AK for 30 minutes.
We're gonna chat till 11. Let's see. Do I have any questions? I guess also, I have a question. Are we allowed to ask them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jagmeyer did ask. Burning
Oh,
question.
damn. Okay.
Real quick. Sorry. Burning question. How to get better at descriptions?
I couldn't tell you
Ooh.
personally, but I'm sure Timmy can.
This is a Tim question.
How to get better at descriptions? I just.
Dragmeyer is throwing the questions in the
Oh
chat.
boy. Hey. Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
So Jenny can attest. I used to be way overly long for my descriptions. I DM for like 6 years up to this point, and there was a time where it was just way too much. But yeah, I come from a writing background, and it's just generating prose and such. But it's just practice more than anything. And I definitely 1,000%. I write things down beforehand, and I reference them when I'm talking. Whenever I think of a good phrase to describe something, I write it down and I use it later. I have notes here with like little phrases that are like, oh yeah, I definitely want to implement this to make myself sound prettier. Verdant green nebulum was something that I thought about last night, and I was like, I so want to use this.
It was so pretty. The description you gave, it was of the forest. It was the Grove of Dreams, right?
Yes, it
It
was
was so pretty.
an ancient forest. But yeah, it's just practice, right? I read a lot. Yeah. If the players go so far off course, how do you get them back on track?
We
Very
don't
light
generally,
railroading.
I think.
Well, the prevailing question becomes how to get your players on track. And the thing is, people say railroading is bad. It's not. There is bad railroading. There's good railroading. How I build my tracks. Because people, you don't want to go on tracks that you don't want to be on. It's like, oh, obviously I have to do this. You have to build things that are very interesting to the characters. You have to build like you have to build in things that are interesting, like personal backstory stuff, things that would want them and entice them to go on. And a thing that I ask my players at the very top before anything in session 0 is that you all have to be like very into each other. You all have to be very like fans of each
supportive.
other and such, because then that becomes like, oh, people want to see this person's backstory, this backstory going, and the entirety of Blackguards was built on that foundation. Of like, oh yeah, there's so much backstory. Everyone's colliding with their stuff at once, so obviously everyone wants to go full force forward into it. But yeah, build your tracks with like personal things and pay attention to your players. That's what I would say.
Yeah, we have a group of 9 total. With one of Timmy's kids, that's including Timmy. And so it only works because we still play like the same way, except probably even slower, and we play slow on here. So we play even slower, and with that many people, and it's very roleplay heavy, so you can imagine that it could be really slow. And the only way it works, and like people like really work hard to make the schedule work to come to the game because Timmy's awesome and all the players are awesome. But Timmy's games are, pretty great. So, but like it's everyone really cares about what everyone else is doing, and in general, since the characters are like, they have goals that Timmy understands, and we still surprise him and we roll with it, but like in general, at least like since everyone is pretty focused, I feel like people, it's easier to predict kind of what a character might do, since everyone's goals are pretty well defined and people understand, though I'm sure there's plenty of surprises, especially in that game.
Yeah, that's the one that JT is in us with.
Yes.
And also, like, railroading sometimes is very helpful as a player, right? Like, it helps to have that structure, especially for a game like Blackguards, where we had so many emotional beats happening for so many different people, right? We needed to, like, have a structure of something to follow. But I also think what Jenny and Tim are saying is absolutely true. Like, by being invested in the other characters and the other players at the table, I don't think you have to worry too much about them going too off but that's also the team, right? It's the team aspect. You don't have to worry about them going off the rails, because even if they do go off the rails, it's in support of each other.
Which is probably in support of the story as is.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And if it goes too far off, then that just probably means it was an oversight but Timmy doesn't make those really often. I feel like it's he tends to understand. He has a very good understanding of people's characters and how they think usually, and the players too. Like we always will predict what people will do with different things in our casual conversations. But beyond that too, like it's okay to tell people like it's.
I
Some
love
people
that drag racing is canon in
Uh-huh.
Songwoven.
Someone like, but like, some people really hate it, but like, it's okay to just tell people like, hey, can we get back on track to this? Like, before this game, Timmy told us, hey, just so you know, like, this session's short and like, you don't have to be suspicious of anyone here.
I really appreciate that transparency, especially like, because I've been at some tables where people get really frustrated if like people aren't following a plot line or following on track and they don't speak up about it. Like communication is so key for any of these games.
Partially a player responsibility too.
Yeah.
Wide sweeping answer. Session zeros are important.
Yeah.
Set expectations. But yeah.
And out of game conversation on things like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are also huge.
Follow-up question to that. Dragmire Draws goes, so you guys define your goals right off the bat?
I mean, go for it, Tim.
It's definitely something that me as the DM, I help them with. Because typically, I think things start off really strong when you go into a game knowing what your character wants.
Yeah.
And you have an I Want song all lined up and ready to go.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that I really try as part of my, even before session 0, when I just start talking to people in the group before the campaign gets a name. I just okay, give me your backstory, give me these are things I'll ask for. Do you need more do you need characters? I can give you this. And like, okay, here's a goal, here's what's gonna happen. And it's important to be transparent about like, oh, okay, this session's gonna be this. I'm gonna start you off here, and this is where it's gonna go. And it's just really important to talk to them, and because no one wants to go into something like aimless, unless that's the game they want to play. But yeah. Typically, we do define goals.
And I do think, like, even if a player doesn't naturally have that instinct to do that, if it's in Timmy's game, Timmy knows that he will probably guide them towards doing that in the process. If they say, this is what I have for my character, then he will probably make up some stuff. Because he gives us, like, lore documents about stuff related to our character that they would know. And a lot of times that in of itself can probably inspire.
Yeah.
Because if someone comes into a game not really being like, yeah, this is my character, and they don't know much about them, and then they suddenly get more information, like most of the time people tend to like double down and commit after that because they start seeing the world as more real at that point, I feel like. And it's like, oh, and then, well, my character cares about this now, even if they didn't think they did even think of it before. But Timmy would probably help guide towards a goal if you didn't come in with one, or if you come in with one, usually he helps strengthen it pretty quickly.
Goals, I think, will just come to you. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Goals will just naturally come to you if you have a better understanding of the world and you feel better established in it, which is what Jenny said. 1,000%.
Dragmire. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, Dragmire said, I hate aimless games. I'm in one and my characters have no idea what to do. They're just with their group because they've been there for so long now. And, like, literally, like, I can relate to that. I'm not going to talk about it on here probably, but, like, I have played in a game. I've played in a game where, like, the GM just every session basically gave us nothing to do, and all the players were fantastic, and we would just make stuff up together. We'd make up all this drama. We were doing our own thing all the time, and we had fun with that. But like the GM would hardly introduce anything, so it's like Yeah, it really does fall on everyone. Because on one hand, if you're a GM trying to get your players to do something and they all say no and over again, and you can't do anything. And then at the same time, if in a weird case like that where the GM kind of isn't doing anything, he's just asking you what you want to do constantly without presenting anything new, then also, what do you do?
I think too, like as a player, what helps, like, because sometimes it can be like overwhelming to be like, well, what does my character want? I think another fun way to explore that when creating a character is like, what kind of trajectory would I like to see in a character? For example, do you want to play a Warforged who's never experienced emotion, and so you want to explore how would something that is that's something that is mechanical, that is not built for these things, how would that experience emotion? Do you want to play someone who is been downtrodden, right, and truly, thinks that, relationships with people are meaningless, and then to discover that there is power in working together, right? Like, I think that's something that helps with, for me at least, when I want to play a character and I really don't have an idea of like anywhere I want to go. I like to just explore like, what kind of trajectory would I like to, like, what do I want to explore? How can this character grow? And then vice versa, by exploring that, it kind of gives the players at the table something fun to watch, right? Because, they get to see people changing and morphing and evolving. It also gives them something to connect with too, right? You guys just become that more interlocked. So I think that helps too. And then Jaime and Stellar are coming back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're
To also
coming back.
What you said, Emma, too, like, I feel like your thought process with that too also is part of why your role play feels kind of focused sometimes. Like, sometimes I get surprised because I think about some things differently sometimes than you do, and like I get surprised a lot. Sometimes even with your characters who I know very well, when they'll react very strongly to like one little thing, and I think that might come from a place of, because you tend to understand what journey they're on and how that triggers their reaction to, like, because obviously if you're on a journey changing, then people tend to be resistant to change, and stuff, and so when certain things definitely would be like more triggering to a person, like someone says, because I've seen I've had several instances, I can speak, I promise. I've had several instances where like someone's just like said something and it like really like hit your character way harder than I would have expected, and it, like, big reaction, and it's like, oh, it makes sense if it's playing into their insecurities about their overall journey and things and stuff. So it was like, so hearing you said that, it just made a lot of sense.
Yeah, now Jenny's gonna be able to know everything about me now. I thought there will be no more secrets. No, I'm kidding.
More.
No more secrets.
No more.
But yes.
No more.
Jaime and Stellar need to come back.
And then I saw a question. How do you guys build your characters? Do you have standard array or do we roll? I think we roll, right? I roll.
We can
roll.
We'll knock it out of the way. Yeah, we roll. I have extra rules. So normally when I play with someone, I just tell them straight up like, hey, you can roll. You could take your highest one. If it's not 18, you can take it in 18. Other rules I do is that like, hey, if you want to, you can play like whatever exact character you want in your head. You can change any stats you want. I trust you, because no one's gonna make it all 18. People put negatives. They
love negatives so much.
I promise that's not what I did with Cecilia. Her stats are just really good.
Yeah.
But she's not a variant human. We start off with a free feed at level 1 anyway, so I went to the +1 to all stats. That's part of why her stats are so good.
I will say
negatives.
though, I've given that to like a lot. I given that idea to a lot of people. What people mostly tend to do is that they actually, like, more often than not, bring something down, because they because they do have a character in mind, and the character is flawed or is clumsy or whatever, and they adjust accordingly.
Flaws are so fun to play.
Because no one wants to play all 18 score.
Yeah. Timmy will also when we roll, we will always roll one extra die too, so they already skew higher in general. But you can pick out of your 7 that you roll, you can pick whichever 6 you want. And then, like we said, he's basically okay with you changing your stats to. You're basically allowed to pick your stats if you want. But also, he lets you re-roll your stats as many times as you want to. So, like a whole set, like you could roll. If you don't like your first 7, you can roll a whole another 7. You could do that 10 times and pick one if you wanted. But it usually people end up pretty balanced. And he also just likes players to be stronger because the games can be hard.
Dragmar, he can find a way to make you no longer love playing an all 18. Tim is very good since he helps build the characters. He is very good at finding ways to make things hurt.
Oh, all 18. So you're good like that for a good reason, right?
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional damage.
Says what are your what is like society's expectations of you? What are your family's expectations of you? How did that form you?
You're a prodigy. That's actually could be really interesting. Lots of pressure.
You're so
You're a chosen
perfect.
one.
Right.
And question to you guys: how do you guys build your characters?
Whoa. What mean?
Like, gosh, wait, yeah.
What?
I can start.
mean?
I actually have an answer.
Please, JT, take over.
I tend to get either an idea I really want to see fleshed out, like in the 9-person game, my character started as was supposed to be a short-term villain that never happened.
Yay.
But he's basically a fantasy version of Ticketmaster. I wanted to see how that could play out. So Tim and I built up this very charismatic, very smart-willed actor bard, and we've run with it since then. And I've just recently rolled a character, had one idea I wanted to play off of, and Tim went above and beyond saying, hey, maybe this. Or, hey, have you seen this particular item?
He's gonna kill us.
No.
With love.
Yes.
Yes.
A pickaxe named Love.
A pickaxe named love.
When I make my characters for Timmy's games, if you don't know, Timmy and I are a couple, so we do talk a lot. I feel like most people know that, but then I realize there's like people who are. Then I realize there's people in here who like don't know us that well, so I don't actually know who knows or not.
I want you guys to play a like a romance TTRPG, 2-person TTRPG for Valentine's Day.
There is that one where it's like, oh, 2 people have to be a fake couple. They have
That'd be funny.
That'd be so
Yes!
fun.
And I'll be moderating.
But so like we talk on the phone all the time, and so like whenever I'm coming up with a new character, usually I haven't written a backstory in a long time on paper because we just talk about the character, and then usually they get very well fleshed out because like Cecilia was very talked about for months. Most of the time games take months to get up and running anyways, even for home games. So talk about a character for ages and ages, and then they probably turn out a little different in game, but sometimes they don't anymore. My character for our big game, I did not figure her out until after I played her, and it was frustrating me so much leading up to it. But Cecilia was, like, some things, like, I make realizations about Cecilia, of course, but more or less, like, this is kind of how she was planned. I didn't know she'd be transporting moon shards. I knew she'd be transporting something. I didn't know what it would be. But yeah, we just talk about it for a long time. And then he also gives you lore sheets.
I've said this before off screen, but I'll say it again. I can very much be a skeptic of like goodness and like players playing like a good character. Jenny, time after time again, plays characters that I'm like, that's good. Like, that is someone who is good. Like, that is goodness, and it's believable. You know what I mean? Like,
I like to play good characters.
and she does it so well.
That's my type. Even like my mean characters are usually my mean characters. Part of their story is kind of that, like, it's
Like
it's that
Daphne!
they are very pure and good at heart.
Yeah.
And that's the Daphne. She
Give me
is
my
actually
chaotic neutrals.
really sweet.
I know we all have a little facet of. Is there? Let me check back in the chat. I shall implement these lore sheets. Yes. So you guys take a super long time to start a game.
To start up a game, we're like, we it just takes forever to coordinate.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
schedules. Sometimes
I
it's
would
just
say
starting.
It's scheduling. Yeah.
We just have too many games to do.
Yeah.
But I love them.
Lots of games. I think there's like 27, 28?
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
Near 30 campaigns
I
that
don't
I'm
know
running.
what counts as a game you're running though. I don't think there's 27.
27.
There's less. There's less.
Yes, less.
But yeah, yeah.
And don't apologize for asking questions. I'm glad you're asking them.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're the only one asking them, so go for it.
Yeah, we're super glad you're asking, Dragonman. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. But yeah, lore sheets. Yeah, implement those. I'll say this is advice that I got from an adventuring academy with Brendan Lee Mulligan and Matthew Mercer, and it helped me a lot. But as a DM, you do need to find ways to be lazier. Just take off a workload, like legitimately. Just do work that's like necessary. Don't build a town like, oh yeah, I gotta figure out the fucking import of this place. Just build what you need, what the players are going to see, and build enough that you're confident that if the players do go off track or they ask a question about something, that you feel good enough about your world that you can make something up. Yeah.
Let me find.
Yep.
Speaking of lore sheets,
Lore.
I compiled all of Timmy's lore documents from all his games into one document,
It's wild.
and I'm waiting
It's
for it
insane.
to load so I can tell you how many pages it is.
The list of NPC names is a couple pages long on its own.
Dragmire goes, the 3 pillars of D&D, scheduling issues, extensive character playlists, and homosexuality.
Yes. So
We
his
are all depressed queer kids, everyone.
Yep. So his lore document that I put all his lore things together, and this is only stuff I have access to. There's some things that go to characters that I do not have, like I don't have Jean-Claude's sheet, for example. It's 206 pages long on Google Docs. So
A man's writing a book over here.
it's like
As he
a whole
should.
book. It's kind of crazy.
Still not done yet. We're unlocking the southern hemisphere in a bit.
Oh yeah, we've only played in
Yes,
the northern
we
hemisphere
are.
of his setting so far. You have 206 pages.
Yeah, super passionate about this, and yeah, hire me. I'm just kidding.
Hire him. Yeah, hire Tim.
Hire him.
Hire him.
To write the things.
So
Gosh.
I have a question for Tim since he brought up Mr. Mulligan and Mr. Mercer. I'll take a question directly from them. Timmy, what's your opinion on snacking during the game?
I do it all
I say
the
this
time,
as someone
though.
who has to be.
I was gonna say, I eat every single fucking game. You can hear me crunching on our podcast. I'm sorry.
It's completely fucking alright. It's good. People need to eat. People need to consume. When you talk for a while, when everyone's putting their brains together, all right, you don't want fucking Shanann to go down because she didn't get to snack on like some, she didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass out because I can't have my munchies.
Yeah, her half a payday that's been sitting on her desk that she's not allowed to eat because it's a little too noisy, because the wrapper is a little bit too noisy. You don't want that to be a trap for them. You want them to be energized for the game. I've been having a habit now, actually. Personally, like I would snack. I just get too focused. for the game. I have Soylence, and but I do drink water. Except I haven't drinking water today during the game.
No, go drink your water.
Timmy!
Fucking shit.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, like, Timmy, you're probably never gonna catch Timmy snacking during a game unless it's like a bit that he's being very intentional about, because he can't even eat and have a conversation with me on the phone at the same time. So it's like I remember he used to get jealous because he's like, wait, you ate your dinner already when we're talking on the phone.
Snacking during a game just makes me feel comfortable, like I'm hanging out with friends, and it reminds me that
We
it's not
will
the end of the world.
implement a reward points hydrate option at some point, Dragmire.
Yes.
But yeah, snack away. If people throw a fit about it because you're nourishing yourself, then fuck them.
If they whine about it, they can drown in my massive bowl of popcorn.
Kettle corn.
Nah, popcorn.
Okay.
My favorite snack, salted caramel peanuts, that you have to
Ooh.
buy online. And they are awesome. They're sweet. I hate pistachios. I hate unless the pistachios come already plucked away in a bowl. But if I have if I have to tear that shit apart, like, okay, I love all kinds.
You can't say that to a Sicilian woman.
But okay. First of all, quote me on this. I love all kinds of nuts. Pistachios, definitely pistachio cream. Like, yeah, come on. I got a little Sicilian inside me too.
You gotta do. Everyone is an honorary Sicilian on this stream.
but
Congratulations.
I hate the process of stripping a pistachio.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I feel that.
Because I have totally gotten them under my thumbnail and fucked myself
Lord
up.
help Timmy if he ever runs into an unshelled walnut.
But,
All right.
Oh, also.
well,
Oh, hold on. Dragmare asked, how did you come up with Balgrim Buster? And also, he said that Jean-Claude made a smart move earlier, and I can't remember Balgrim Buster, so can you remind me of the smart thing I did?
Balgrim Buster was he was the one with when you got your armor enchanted.
What did I figure out
Really?
about him?
I looked up a dwarven name generator. Yeah, and I saw Balgrim. And I thought, oh.
Dragmare, I pop him up with my mouth, too.
How do y'all have teeth?
I got good teeth, baby. That's how you do
I
them.
don't.
I don't. She's like, I don't have good teeth.
I just
No,
don't
I
like
actually
the
don't.
taste of,
No.
I don't like nuts in general, like, so.
Here's my thing. Pistachio desserts are severely underrated. However, you have to have really, nice pistachios, because you can have really disgusting pistachio desserts, aka the cookies from my childhood that were
Oh,
bricks.
hey, hold on. Those suck.
There are some. They do suck ass. They're disgusting.
But,
when you
I
have-
am
when you have
my side of culture, the Asian side, we get the worst. We get the worst.
But if you have really nice quality pistachios, you can have pistachio cream. It could be very good. Be very good. But the little green fucking cookies that you get in the supermarket, that's the Italian pistachio cookie. I'm like, this is for the birds.
The
This is for fucking
freaking
birds.
Those are fun
Chinese pistachio
pistachios.
cookie is a sugar cookie, and they put one little pistachio on top.
Oh my god.
No. So all cultures can agree that if you have a shitty pistachio cookie, toss it. Toss it.
Toss it.
Toss it.
At least they don't do cashews wrong. They're just absurdly expensive.
Why? Cash is right. Ew. Cash, ew.
Oi. No.
No?
Cashews are good, even though they're technically not a
no,
nut.
no.
He was making a joke.
They're great, but cash,
I'm aware.
ew. You have to be like, oh, I hate cash if you want to buy fucking cashew. It's so much money.
Yeah.
Money, baby.
All right.
Dragmire said JC immediately made the connection that Balgrim Buster was being a ball buster. Because he was.
Yeah, that's the extent of Jean-Claude's intelligence, though. Wordplay.
That is what that wisdom gets you. That is what a nat 20 negative one.
That is what that 20 minus
He's
1
very
does, yeah.
smart. That's why he threw his axe at that door and disabled a whole trap.
Can we talk about how Tim truly broke at that moment? He's like, you have no idea.
Yeah,
And he
you
just
didn't
threw
explain
a
on stream what those
fucking
traps
axe.
were, did you? But you told us.
Okay, this will be the last thing we do because we just went over 30 minutes. Yeah, the trap. Okay, so that door, when you touched it, it was going to teleport whoever touched, saving throw, and teleport them to a like a room, like a prison, and there would be like a time limit. There would be, but nothing bad would happen to them because everything up there was meant to deter people away.
Right.
And that's why the guy who was with you, the
hologram.
the hologram. That's why he was being so foreboding. It's like, you should hurry or something like that, because it was meant to add pressure to the moment. But the sequence, the code break, and he was saying that to two people who were just strolling by. It was meant to be a moment of like horror, like yeah, one of you is trapped in a dark room, something's definitely encroaching, death feels like it's gonna come by, you can't do anything, and the other one's trying to do a puzzle and trying to get to you, and the two of you have to yell at each other to solve the puzzles because you have like clues written on the prison on the cell, the wall that you're in. But didn't happen.
Because
Might be
you
busting
threw
it.
an axe at the door.
Because I threw it at the door.
And that's the thing. I like doing that. It's like, yeah, I prepared this thing, but like players circumventing it, knowing that you had something, and just by doing something and you allowing that to happen, it's a really nice feeling for them, and I don't get too beaten up over it because I don't get too attached. I learned not to get too attached to any idea that I have because players are kind of crazy. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much all for
Thanks,
watching.
guys.
And if you enjoyed JT's presence here, well, we got something for you.
Just
We
you
have
wait.
an announcement.
Next time is our announcement next week.
Next week.
Next week is the announcement.
Well, the next week will be a little late.
Yeah, it'd be a bit too late to announce it when the stream's already started.
All
Damn
right.
it.
Hey, do we want to announce it now?
Nah, no, I'm kidding.
It's your stream.
So, next week, we are going to be starting off with our very first guest.
Yay!
And that guest might be here in this room with us right now.
Guess,
I will
guess,
no longer
guess.
be the disembodied voice that pops in randomly on stream.
He will be on screen. His face will be present. Yay!
And he's gonna yell at us in person.
in person.
I'm only gonna yell at Timmy. Well, maybe. We'll see.
Oh,
We're very excited to meet his character. We are very,
And
very
remember, I want you to remember for next week that JT is the biggest Swiftie I know. Anyways, thanks for coming,
Stop.
everybody.
thanks for
I'll see
watching,
you.
everyone.
Ah, Jenny! This is what I get for knowing someone for too long.
This is what I get for friendship.
But we here are very excited to have JT along for the journey, as we head towards Phyrexia. Very excited to start this new chapter of Songwoven. Because this is, I forgot to say this at the top of the session. Hey, we're going to head into a new chapter. Whoa, this is going to be like a big start thing, but well, I'm not going to say it.
New chapter.
Unlike our other game that's not even out of the prologue yet.
We're out of the prologue.
We are way out of the prologue.
We are way out.
I will not
We'll see.
in
survive.
all
We'll
of our
see.
active games.
But we are very excited to have a guest. We're very excited to have JT with us, longtime friend, longtime moderator. And we love him. So, With that said, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Good night, guys. Bye.